Well, hey, my topic is the immorality of data, and I will wait for my slides to come up to get started. But while we're here, I'm going to fill some time. And someone thought it was the immorality of data. I might have actually just said that. It's the immortality of data. Immorality of data? Let's put it on the list for next year. Right? Someone needs to check my pictures before we put them up there. Immortality of data. So my name is Shawn Duffy. I'm from Axiom Consulting out of Beaverton. I want to talk about how long your data lives, and where it lives, and who owns it, and where it comes from. You are here, by the way. So, but first, let's talk about data. Data is all around us. It's ubiquitous, right? Everyone's got a bunch of data on their phone. Companies are storing data in databases and all across the world. Everything is everywhere, and we're tracking it, and we're analyzing it, and we're making decisions based off of it. But how long is forever? Well, Mr. White Rabbit thinks 1 second, possibly. It's relative. I think especially if you ask this guy with the tattoo, he might disagree with the 1 second. He might say forever's a little bit longer. Well, let's talk about a couple of fundamental questions first. Is data truly immortal? Who owns your data? And what happens to your data after you die? These are things that I'm not sure that we've all thought about, but first let's talk about how we got here. Back in the day, and for the record, I was not around for any of these data storage technologies. That back scratcher is scary though. That thing looks like it doesn't hold any data. It looks like a weapon. But it was really difficult to store data, let alone retrieve data. Could you imagine writing a query against punch cards? Now things have gotten bigger, faster, cheaper. It's a lot easier. We've got thumb drives that have 32 plus gigabytes of storage, and we've got the ability to extract data a lot faster than we did before. Now some of that comes out of the data storage technology. Some of that comes out of the software and the different technologies that we've developed around the techniques. It used to be that we'd have to pull data out of ERP and transactional systems. Now these guys, Inman and Kimball, where my data nerds at, are making that a lot easier. New world is a lot more easy than that. So we've removed the data storage problem. Now we're into the distributed and in-memory data solutions, where it's even easier to pull data out, to store all the data we want, and distribute the load across a lot of different places. So where am I driving with this? It's easy to keep more and more data. It's easy to make better and better decisions based on that data, and a lot of these companies are doing that. Now, people like LinkedIn and Facebook and all of that are going to have their terms of agreement that say, hey, look, you own your own data. Well, that's true, but they're certainly using it and making a lot of money off of it in the meantime. They're using it to sell us more things, targeted selling. They're using it to subscribe us to different things, to track what we're doing and what we're looking at. They're even telling us what to eat. By the way, the Red Robin Rewards card, fantastic. Fantastic. I highly recommend it, especially if you have kids. But we're also using it for different usability things. I love the Waze app, personally, but that's also tracking where I am at all the different times. Think about it. Sleep IQ, really? You want to know how I sleep? That seems a little interesting. But there's also some positive things. We've got statistical data that could be used for medical research, for financial analysis, things that are actually doing something positive in the world. Now, as you get more and more data, there's obviously not always altruistic reasons to store that data. And different things come out, and different things are stored. I'm sure it's mostly metadata, though. And you get large data centers out in the middle of Utah that require their own power center. And then all of a sudden, things are being tracked in ways that you weren't really sure you wanted it. Do we really want to worry about our security and privacy and utility and all these different things that have to do with data? Well, we kind of have to now, because we've removed all the barriers for storage, we've removed all the barriers for basically aggregation, extraction, pulling everything together. These companies love to know what you're doing and how you're doing it, and they would argue that they do own your data. Harris, you think you walk into a casino and they don't already know how much money you're going to spend? They love that, and they own it. Now, they're all going to tell you differently, but that's probably not the truth. Your data is truly immortal. Your data does live longer than you do, sometimes not in the best ways. These companies will love to use it, and we all do. We all make better decisions when we store this data and we aggregate and understand what this data is really doing for us. But there is some decay. There's a timeline of usefulness. My demographic, my personal demographic, has changed over the last 10 years. I'm now no longer interested in beer bongs like the kid in the previous picture. Maybe less, but still, the point is, our trade-off is the Internet of Things, the connectivity, right? My Xbox reads who I am and studies my heart rate while I'm playing video games. Well, what am I trading off? Privacy for convenience. How important is that to me? I think it's something that we really should be considering, because truly immortal data is here, and it's here forever, whether we know it or not. And I might not disagree with Mr. Woody Allen here, but the reality is data is going to live a lot longer than you do. What truly do you want to happen with it? Thank you.